All right, so let me just touch on what we're going to be working on in the next second half. We've been working on integration for many other things, particularly on the event management software. And right now we got integration with EventBrite, and actually a lot of companies using that. Well, what that means is that we can provide automatic authentication. So when people register for an EventBrite as an attendee, that they can instantly go into our platform in the virtual lobby or exhibit hall without registering again. So that is making a very smooth, seamless integration. And that's one thing that we have done so far at EventBrite. The second feature along with that is be able to import attendees. So let's say you're working with association or some other organization who have a list from other applications that they've been using. So instead of send a link to everybody, we register them. Now we can import the user list, attendee list. So make it less frictionless. So we call it the frictionless platform, right? Everybody using that term. Basically, what it means is that just make it less hassle to get into your platform. Now, the second big thing I see webinars. Now, we are not trying to reinvent the wheel like some other guys do. That's not our strength. So we have done integration with Zoom. We're updating the API because there's so many security changes. So the API that we are working on is just we need to update. But more importantly, one of the big things that everybody is looking for, asking for, how can we put Zoom into the auditorium without using YouTube Live? How can we put Zoom into the virtual booth in the video monitor, right? Now, that is a big thing. Right now, no, they don't have a good solution. All right, so my team is working on that to embed that webinar, whatever we're doing right here, without going through YouTube. You can actually see it in our video, the virtual booth. So that is what we're doing right now, we've been working with the Zoom developers integration team. They said, well, you can do that, but it requires other integrations. So it's not as smooth, it's not as easy. Let's put it this way. But I think that's a big thing for a lot of companies that they want to make it private. So that can be a big thing for a lot of organizations. Now, the next thing it's on our agenda on the product roadmap is the AI chatbot. Now, we have done the integrations already with Google AI so that you can actually deploy Google AI in every virtual booth and even auditorium. Now, we are the first company. Actually, nobody actually has done it. We're the first company in this space, in the trade show, virtual trade show, whatever you call it. It's actually done that. Now has tremendous power, and okay, more people coming in. Okay, great. So it has a tremendous power in terms of providing not only the kind of the smart assistance, right, but also be able to provide kind of the analytics, also providing better FAQ, figuring to ask questions. So everything that we do here is really focused on those three major items: promotion, training, recruiting. Now, what does it mean by promotion as far as the AI chatbot is concerned? Well, it's the biggest problem with a lot of trade shows and events is that, well, how do I find your best kind of when you do matchmaking, right? How do you find the best candidate, right? Well, the AI chatbot can potentially, right? We will have to do more use cases on that. Potential to match the right person based on your profile and stuff like that. And I say potential because we have not validated, have not really tested, but can definitely rely on Google AI to do the heavy thing on the end. And that's a big deal for matchmaking, right? So if they can do facial recognition, I'm sure you can do better matchmaking for lead generation. So those are sort of things that you just assume that it can be done. But obviously, the more data you put in, the better result you get. The second item is the training, right? So going back to the big picture, right? Vertical industries, vertical ecosystem. And there's so much knowledge that is required to do so many things. And obviously, the AI chatbot can definitely pull all these data from everyone and be able to provide kind of the, I call it the knowledge management database, so that you can actually help to train anyone. So one of the things that we are working on at eZ-Xpo is to be able to leverage AI chatbot to help onboarding for everyone join eZ-Xpo, sign up. I want to use the AI chatbot 24/7 to help you to creating to help you to guide you to do your create your own virtual expo. And that is something that we are currently working on. And like Jack mentioned earlier, I think most people will realize that our platform probably the simplest one compared to others. But obviously, there's so much detailed information, logistic that we need to sort out. And one thing that can do, well, at least help, is the AI chatbot to answer some of the frequent asked questions. We have been monitoring and tracking all the questions posted in the Slack channel in the last 6 months. And 80% of all these questions, it's somewhat related to our kind of getting started guide, how to do this and how to do that. And one of the things that we can do better is that if we can program the AI chatbot to answer at least 80% of the questions, providing the videos and sort of thing, that will save everybody's time and also help everyone to get started faster. And that applies to new organizer as well as exhibitor and attendees. So we have 3 stakeholders, right? Organizer, exhibitor, and attendee. So we're going to have AI chatbot on all 3 stakeholders. Okay. And that will cut down some of the tech support and also the things. The last piece is the recruiting. The recruiting it's somewhat similar to lead generation in a way, because you're looking for the best match, right? Your best employees or whatever have some certain criteria, a certain profile.